We just finished up the first quarter of 2024, and I have the most recent sales numbers for the community of Terramor. So in this video, I'll show you exactly how home prices are holding up here in the community of Terramor. Hi, my name is Casey, and as some of you know, I share information about the communities of Trilogy, Glen Ivy, and the community of Terramor. And I share this information to help keep homeowners up to date with the value of their homes. But I also share this information for people considering making the move to one of these communities. If you've watched any of my previous videos, then you know that I try to give an honest view of living here. And some of it's good, and some of it's not. But unfortunately, sharing this type of information does upset some people. And recently, I've received a few negative comments from some residents here in Terramor. And ironically, none of the people that posted have ever met me or my wife, and they didn't even realize that we live here in the community of Terramor. But it's a great example of the problem with social media today. It allows people to post hateful comments about other people within the community or about things they know absolutely nothing about. But for those that felt the need to post these negative comments, I want to clarify a few things. First, I'm not just a Trilogy real estate agent, and I'm definitely not trying to hurt values in either community. I actually help buyers and sellers all across Southern California, and the information I share about Trilogy and Terramor is seen by people all across the country, and many of these people have actually bought homes here. So the information I share is actually helping property values, not hurting them. And yes, I am a real estate agent, but I'm also a husband, a father, and a grandfather. And my wife and I live in the community of Terramor, so we're actually one of your neighbors. And one of the reasons we chose to live in Terramor was because of the people we met when we first started looking at this community. But at times like this, I do have to remind myself that every community has a handful of people that would rather be unhappy and go out of their way to cause problems for their neighbors. And sadly, the community of Terramor is no different. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get back to the housing numbers and take a look at home prices for the first quarter of 2024. And this includes homes sold between January 1st and March 31st of this year. And if you stick around to the end, I'll show you the numbers for the all ages section of Terramor too. Okay, the first number I'm going to share is the average sales price. And the average sales price of a home in the 55 and older section of Terramor was $838,167. And home prices range from a low of $697,000 all the way up to a high of $1,200,000. And yes, you did hear me correctly. We did have a home in the 55 and older section sell for $1.2 million. And this home did sell for considerably more than most homes here in Terramor. But unfortunately, I don't have much information to share on this one. It was basically sold before it even came on the market, and it closed escrow very quickly and was a cash sale. But I can share that it was a 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath home with 2,716 square feet of living space, and it was located on the view side of the street. Okay, next, let's take a look at the number of homes that were actually sold. And during the first quarter of 2024, there were a total of 6 homes sold. And this is very similar to what we saw in the final quarter of last year when we had 5 homes sold. Next, let's take a look at the average days on market. The average number of days it took to sell a home in Terramor was 36 days. And this is much shorter than the last quarter when it took an average of 79 days to sell a home here. And finally, I want to share with you the number of homes currently for sale. And right now, there are just 12 homes for sale in the community. And the prices of these homes range from a low of $619,000 up to a high of $879,000. And this number is up from last quarter, but keep in mind that we still have new construction homes available in the Cedarwood section of Terramor, and several of the homes on the market right now are in the Cedarwood section. Okay, so just a quick recap of the 55 and older sections of Terramor. The average sales price of a home was $838,167. The highest priced home sold was priced at $1.2 million. There were just 6 homes sold in the final quarter, and the average number of days it took to sell a home was 36 days. And finally, we have 12 homes currently for sale in the community of Terramor. And if you're curious about home sales in the all ages section of Terramor, I have those numbers too. The average sales price was $807,951. And this is down from an average of $814,000 in the last quarter. The highest priced home sold during the first quarter was $1,130,000. There were a total of 17 homes sold, and the average number of days it took to sell a home was 60 days. And finally, there are a total of 11 homes currently for sale. And as you can see, we did have a home in the all ages section sell for over $1 million too. Now this home was located at 24215 Dusk Court. It was a large 2-story home with 4 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, and 2,900 square feet of living space. And the home was located on one of the largest lots in Terramor at over 14,000 square feet. Plus the backyard had a beautiful in-ground pool and it had beautiful mountain views. And this home did sell for $1,130,000. So that's our recap of home prices for the first quarter of 2024 for the community of Terramor. And if you have any questions about the community of Terramor or across the way in Trilogy Glen Ivy, just let me know. All of my contact information is located in the description below.